Malu apa bosku, 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 bosku. Malu apa bosku, 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 bosku. Malu apa bosku, 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 bosku. Malu apa bosku, 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 bosku.
So hello everyone, Raska here and welcome back Bosku to our channel. So our main purpose of this video today, we're gonna talk about Perodua, also known as Perusahaan Otomotif Kedua Sdn Bhd. As Perodua is the largest car manufacturer in Malaysia, Perodua mainly produce super minis and mini cars. And the first car that Perodua produced is Kancil, which is in 1994. As Perodua are very popular in Malaysia, how about its businesses in Singapore? Let's find out. Now, we're gonna meet two representatives from Perodua to tell us more about its businesses and its strategy in Singapore and as well as in Malaysia. By the end of this video, you will clarify whether the businesses in Singapore is at risk or in a good condition. Let's go. Good afternoon and welcome back to Bosku channel. And today we have Miss Atika Rushdina, the representative from Perodua. So hi Miss Atika.
Hello.
Okay, thank you for coming to our show today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, it's a pleasure. So previously we have been exposed about Perodua background. May I know about Perodua in Malaysia and how long it has been in company?
Okay, so Perodua Malaysia was established in 1992 and now has been running their market for almost 27 years up until now.
I see that's quite a long duration for Perodua. So can you tell us a little bit more about its product?
So the current products that Perodua are distributing here in Malaysia are Asia, Beza, Aros, the first and second generation Myvi, and recently they just launched the third generation Myvi where the average price are around 50,000 Malaysian ringgit.
I can see. So the price for Perodua in Malaysia is quite affordable for everyone. So is there any target market that Perodua are focusing right now?
The target market that our company are focusing on are on students, families, workers who wants to buy a quality car at a premium, and those who wants a low petrol consumption vehicle.
I see. Is there any profits or revenue that you guys are targeting?
Last year, it was reported that our company sold over 227,243 units, which increased the percentage up to 10.9%. This is actually the best ever yearly sales performance that Perodua has ever made. And as for 2019, which is this year, we are expecting that Perodua will project a marginal 1.7% increase up to 231,000 units.
I see, that's quite a lot to achieve. So how about in Malaysia? The branches and the number of employees?
The headquarters in Malaysia are located in Sungai Chong, Rawang. Perodua now has 46 service branches and 125 service dealer outlets throughout Malaysia, with the total number of 10,000 employees altogether.
Okay. So right now we are comparing between Singapore and Malaysia. So previously that you said that Malaysia, for Perodua in Malaysia has been for 27 years. So what about in Singapore?
For Singapore, compared to Malaysia, is 11 years difference, as Perocom Auto in Singapore is actually Perodua's sole distributor for Perodua cars, was founded in 2003 and has been running their market for almost 16 years up until now.
Okay, so in Malaysia, they have been exposed with the third generation YV. So is there any new product for Singapore or is it the same as Malaysia?
For Singapore, they are more focusing on the third generation MyV, where only two options are being offered, and these are priced at 64,800 and 69,800 Singapore dollar, inclusively of goods and service tax and the certificate of entitlement.
Okay, so for Malaysia, the target market that they are focusing on for families and students.
Yes.
Is it as the same as Singapore?
For the target market, Singapore, yes, they are the same as Malaysia, as we are still focusing on students, workers, and families.
Yeah. Okay. Next is previously you talked about the revenues in Malaysia, and you guys are expecting the revenues to be increased for the next year. May I know whether is it the same as Singapore, and are you guys expecting it to be increased?
According to automotive industry bottom outlines, the new registered cars in Singapore in 2017 is 125 with a share percentage of 0.1%, followed by in 2018 is 19 units with a share percentage of 0.0%, and in 2019, which is this year, is 55 units with a share percentage of 0.0%. Singapore is a major market for Perodua. However, the company is not very successful there, and the sales are quite low compared to our country, compared to the rival brands in Singapore, which is Daewoo and also Hyundai.
I see. So for Malaysia, as they achieve quite a lot and they have a lot of branches and the number of employees is quite large. So as you said, Perodua is the major automotive company in Singapore, right?
Yes.
Okay. So may I know the number of branches and employees in Singapore?
In Singapore, the number of branches, there is only one branch and one distributor for Perodua cars in Singapore, which is located in UB Car Mall. And the total number of employees are around 20 plus workers. So so there's only one branch in Singapore.
So based on Perodua in Singapore and Malaysia, so may I know about other branches or other market that Perodua has entered internationally?
So far, the international markets that Perodua has entered are the United Kingdom, Brunei, Indonesia, Qatar, Lebanon, and also there are more countries which we are venturing in, and we are planning to venture more further in the future.
Oh, okay. So I wish you a good luck on that, and thank you for sharing the information about
no
Perodua
problem.
with me today. So I think that's all from me today, and that's all from Miss Atika. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for inviting, and I'm happy that I will.
It's such a pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all from us today, and see you guys next week. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Bye!
Hi guys, I'm Jayashree from Bosco channel. So I'm here to conduct a small survey regarding the customer satisfaction about the Perodua cars. So let's go. Hi madam. Hi, so sorry for disturbing you.
Yes.
Hi. I'm from Bosco channel. So I'm here to feature with madam regarding the satisfaction of
Before you say madam, I'm Miss.
Oh, so sorry.
I'm not married. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so how long you have been using Perodua brands?
Oh, you mean this one?
Yeah.
Around 10 plus years. Yeah.
So how do you feel about it?
Oh. Okay. Okay. Because this my here is very less consuming. Yeah, I don't have a lot of. Maybe not a lot of complaints, but yeah, I'm a bit satisfied with this car.
So do you have any complaints?
I did mention I don't have a bit of complaints. Right? Sorry, I did have. I did have.
Okay.
Wait, how about I show you? Right? How about I show you? So you see, as you can see here, you know the car here.
Okay.
The boot here is very small, the mighty, right? So I believe Perodua should make it easier for the sofa can be flipped, so that the storage will be much more bigger, like the car example CRV like CRV. And also a lot of complaints, actually a lot of people complain that the car, the Myvi here, is off balance. when you drive very fast, the car will be like wiggle, the left to the right, to the left to the right. So I think maybe I recommend that Perodua should increase, maybe produce a new car, maybe more balanced car. Yeah, so I think that's all for me.
Okay, thank you so much, madam.
Oh, you're
Sorry.
welcome. It's okay, I'm also rushing to see my sister
Okay,
in law.
that's all from me. Thank
Okay,
you.
bye. Okay, thank you.
So far, that's all for today. I'm Jayashree from Boss School Channel, reporting from Singapore. Thank you.
Ideology and culture of Singapore. Hello people, I'm reporter Angel from Malaysia. So now we are going to meet reporter Alex, who is going to tell us about the ideology and the culture of Singapore.
Thank you, Angel. Hi everyone, I'm reporter Alex from Singapore. So basically when we talk about the ideology of Singapore, as we all know, it is a democratic country which holds free and fair elections every 5 years. The majority party or coalition gets to choose the Prime Minister, who then selects his cabinet of ministers. The other executive leader is the President, who is elected separately for a 6-year term. And the citizens of the country have freedom from fear of harm, from coercion or exploitation by predatory individual, corporation or the government itself, and foreign corruption or stifling government regulation. Freedom to encompasses basic civil liberties, freedom to speak and express one's views, to worship, to assemble, to participate in governance. Last but not least, Singapore has these 3 core freedoms, which is freedom of expression and belief, associational and organizational rights, and political pluralism and participation. MRT, LRT, buses and taxi are the main 4 transportations which are used by the Singaporeans. The percentage of transportation used by the people are private vehicles 33%, buses 31%, MRT and LRT 28%, and taxi 8%. Singapore has been labeled as the most expensive city to own a car. Although public transport in Singapore is considered advanced and reliable, many Singaporeans still prefer owning a car rather than on public transport. Singapore people prefer at least 1 car for a family, because Singapore has unpredictable weather, lousy public transport and expensive taxi rides. Alright, that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you reporter Alex, and see you all guys soon.
Hi Bosco, we are at Singapore and are going to talk about the economic of Singapore. The World Economic Forum positions Singapore's economic as one of the most open economy in the world, and the country is also known for its low tax regime. So in Singapore, the personal income tax rate starts from 0% and capped to 22% just for the residents. And however, for the non-residents are taxed between 15% and 22%. The corporate income tax rate in Singapore is approximately 8.5% for the profit up to $300,000, and the flat is 17% above the $300,000. For when it comes to GST, or we also can say as VAT rate at Singapore is 7%. However, there is no dividend tax and no exit duty and no capital gain tax. And in Singapore, annual inflation rate is up to 0.5% in August 2019 from 6-month low of 0.5% in the previous month. So matching market consensus, inflation rate in Singapore is averaged to 2.56% from 1962 until 2019. So reaching an all-the-time high of 34% in March 1974 and record low to negative 3.10% in September of 1976. That's all from me, and back to Reska at studio. Thank you.
Hi, welcome back to our channel, and right now I'm with Miss Kashini with one of the representatives from Perodua. Hi, Miss Kashini.
Hi,
Thank you for coming to our show today.
thank you for inviting me.
Okay, so previously, Miss Atika from Perodua has already explained about the background of Perodua within Malaysia and Singapore. So, may I know what kind of strategy that Perodua has been using in Singapore?
The strategy used Perodua company in Singapore is global standardization because the product that had been exported to Singapore from Malaysia is the same. As an example, you are already aware of the third new generation of Myvi. The Myvi have the same features, the same size as the new third generation of Myvi in Malaysia. Even though the operation and the Perodua cars in all Perodua Singapore franchise is the same as the Malaysia year, but there is some changes need to be done. When the Perodua enter automotive market in Singapore, the Singapore government has deliberate policy of elevating the cost of owning a car in an effort to reduce the number of vehicles on the road. As a result, a mid-range car in Singapore like Myvi can cost about 4 times as much as it compared to Malaysia.
Thank you for the information, Miss Kashini, and it's a pleasure to have you in our show today.
You are welcome.
So guys, that's all from Boss School channel. And don't forget for the upcoming episode and see you guys next week. Bye!
Hello everyone, so it seems that we are coming to the end of this episode. So what I can say is that Singapore is an attractive market when it comes to automotive industry. But why is it attractive? Well, because Singapore is a high developed free market economy, and however the strategy that being used by the Singapore, the global standardization, is not suitable for Malaysia's business as it varies according to each country. Based on our research and findings, we can conclude that the Perodua business in Singapore is negative due to high barriers. There's a lot of high branding competitors in Singapore automotive industry and give up a huge amount of sales in Perodua. As a result, the Singaporeans prefer more to high branded cars compared to Perodua car, and also it represents the status symbols of its user. So, as the risk can be, the Perodua will face a huge amount of loss. So that's all from us. We would like to say thank you for watching, and make sure to give a like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye!
Malu apa bosku, 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 bosku. Malu apa bos, bosku, 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 bosku. Malu apa bos, bosku, bosku, bosku.